And Lord knows we can all use tips on mitigating these symptoms of andropause and menopause, all while pursuing that goal of living better and healthier. Walk with us. See you soon.
So, Doc, you've been in your field for quite some time in practice. So you've seen plenty of trends come and go. If there was one trend you could stop right now in its tracks, what would that be?
Ron, it'll be the detox.
The detoxing?
The detoxing.
What's happening with the detoxing?
Detoxing within itself is noble. It has wonderful benefits. When we're looking at it to improve health, but when we take detoxing and we attempt to manipulate it to lose weight, we can get in trouble there.
Okay, so to understand what your goal is for detoxing before you start a detox, and you're saying weight loss should not be the primary goal behind detox.
Because of how detoxing works and how it can affect the body. Using detoxing to lose weight, while you will lose weight, you're gonna lose some other things along with it. If you're looking to stay firm, if you're looking for firmness, detoxing it's not the route for you.
Okay.
Because you're gonna lose weight holistically, meaning the whole body. So that means you're gonna lose fat, you're gonna lose muscle. And so when you're done with the detox, you're smaller, but you have to look at your
muscle to fat ratio, body composition.
And as a woman, how do you feel? You know, do you feel firm? Do you feel a little jiggly? Do you think, oh, it's all in my mind? But it really isn't. Because detoxing in this context doesn't work.
There you go. Detoxing is fine if your goals aren't for purely weight loss.
Absolutely.
I like that. Stopping that trend in its tracks. I'm BigRon Jones. And Doc, if you had to encourage our ladies over 40 to eat more of a certain food or eat less of another type of food to help deal with hot flashes, menopausal symptoms of that sort, what would that food you would encourage them to eat more of be or eat less of?
So when we're talking perimenopause, menopause, what's happening there really quickly is there is an ebbing and flowing of our sex hormones, estrogen, progesterone. As those hormones start to ebb and flow, we will start to experience all sorts of symptoms. And as a result, we will creep up on the hot flashes. So there are loads of contributors to the hot flash. If I had to pick two, I would say those foods that will give us healthy fats, because we need the oils from the healthy fats to help us stay cool. We're doing a reel, so I won't go into a physiology lesson as to how that happens. Healthy fats like avocados. Avocados are great not only for our brains because of healthy fats, but they're good for other purposes as well. If I had to choose a food that I would cut down, decrease, sugar. For so many reasons, we understand the effects of sugar over time. But the effects of the hot flash relative to sugar, the studies have shown that sudden rises in blood sugar along with sudden declines in blood sugar can have an effect on hot flashes, night sweats. So if I had to say two, healthy fats, avocados, decrease the sugar.
This is really a perfect time of day for this walk and talk, you know.
Yeah, this is nice.
Absolutely. Let me ask you a question though. We know that men and women both should be strength training, creating some kind of resistance to their muscles. The obvious thing is raising your BMR, right? The basal metabolic rate. The more muscle you have, the more calories you naturally burn, even at a steady state of just chilling or stationary state of chilling. Women over 40, why should they all the more, as I've been told, be strength training?
So the wonderful thing about stress, be it running, strength training, yoga.
Stress on the muscles.
Stressors.
And body.
So what estrogen does for us, 40 and below, is it helps us to maintain a good bone density. But again, as our hormones start to ebb and flow, we lose that consistent ability to maintain. So as we age, we need to start finding other ways of helping to maintain that bone density. And it's all about stress. So strength training, again, it helps us to stress those joints and those tendons and those soft tissues, which then takes off on this physiological response that allows the bones to say, we've been stressed. We have to stay strong. And that's the gist. That's the actuality of it all.
Okay, so the
It's about
estrogen was
stress.
in your favor below 40 because that was helping to keep those bones, that musculoskeletal system, fortified, strong. But once, as you said, the ebb and flow of estrogen is there, we're talking post 40, you create the stress on the musculoskeletal system with weights or some kind of resistance band as an external stressor to that, to make it strong and keep it there. Doc,
Yeah.
please issue some baseline standards, some tenets that should be upheld in the wellness journey of women over 40.
You know, Ron, this is a conversation that I often get into with my patients, my female patients that are my age. And the biggest tenet, if I had to share, would be we are of a certain age. In your 20s, your metabolism is through the roof. You can eat anything, right? In your 40s and your 50s, as your hormones begin to ebb and flow again, we have to learn or accept that we can't eat as if we're in our 20s. We can, but if we're looking for forward movement towards our goals, wellness journey, your 20s diet won't work for you in your 40s and your 50s. Yeah? So learning how to eat in your stages of life, I think that is huge. Yeah? That's a big one. Another one, if I had to add, would be proper rest. I am just learning on a different trajectory just how important rest is. Rest isn't just about going to sleep because I'm tired. That is where the magic happens. That's where memory happens. That is where healing happens. I'm learning that's where muscles grow. And so proper rest, absolutely. Those things you have to do. And hydration.
Okay.
I think a lot of us, again, we may not like the taste of water, but water by itself doesn't necessarily hydrate you. It's the things that's inside of the water. It's our minerals that are inside of the water that goes into our cells and helps our tissues and our organs and our organ systems behave optimally. So if I had to say three, those would be my three tenets.
I love to hear that. My top three things I say on a routine basis for everyone embarking on any wellness journey of any hopeful outcome: cardio, strength training, and recovery. Recovery is what you just described to a T, but you're saying all the more for the woman over 40.
Absolutely.
The idea of remaining hydrated, proper rest, and being mindful of your nutrition based on where you're at in life. The reoccurring thing in your ebook, beautiful ebook, it was awesome. It read so well, so easy to follow along. You repeat consistently, food is medicine. They should read the full book, but please expound on that part.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you for having me. This has been wonderful. But indeed, when you're looking at the human organism, when you're looking at the body, food is going to either enforce what's there, it's going to fortify, or it takes away. Meaning, I often say food is medicine or it's not, or it's poison. If the body cannot use it to maintain itself, it's going to do a few things. It's either going to store fat or it's going to excrete or go out through the colon. And so it is important to understand that, be it a hot flash or building a muscle, food is either going to help fortify, build the muscle, keep you cool, or it's going to tear things up.
There it goes, you guys. So understand, when you make decisions on what to eat, it's going to help in your journey or just be there not doing much for your journey. Woman number 40, the hypothalamus gland for everyone is what regulates our temperature, body temperature. As the ebbs and flows of that hormonal shift happen, the hypothalamus gland ends up throwing signals to the body, but they're false signals, saying, hey, you're too hot, you're too cold, most commonly hot. hence hot flash.
There you go.
The manual way of cooling the human body is to release water from the inside to the skin surface.
Absolutely.
Correct?
That's
That
absolutely
wet
correct.
skin cools the body off manually.
Yes.
There are so many ways to help regulate the hypothalamus plan. I'm super happy for that book. I give it to all the women in my life to be mindful of, because those hot flashes sitting in your own living room sweating isn't fun.
Not at all.
Trust me, my dad wearing that hoodie in his own home because my mom's having a hot flash definitely is gonna get old eventually, right?
That's love.
So, so the book is actually being read in my home right now. Learning how to help regulate those hot flashes.
Naturally.
There it goes. I'm in an uphill battle trying to convince some of my ladies that now is not the time, now being after 40, to become a cardio queen. Now's the time to really dive into that strength training, building those muscles. I've said it in 18 trillion ways, I think, at this point. I think you might have a different touch to explaining why. And convince them that they're not going to, of all points in time now, become a man because they lift weights. Please let it be known.
So I'll try to keep this short.
Okay.
We're just not made that way. Physiologically, we don't have naturally the hormones that would dictate that my muscles will develop into.
You're not going to catch these 22s.
I won't catch the 22s.
Oh, okay.
Not without help.
Help being external hormones.
External.
They call them steroids.
Absolutely.
So unless you're taking steroids,
Yes.
you're safe.
Yeah.
You're not going to become a man
Just not designed that
unless
way.
you give yourself man hormones.
There you go.
So dive into the weights.
Please. Your bones will thank you.
Even more now.
There you go.
There it goes again. This is number 456,000th time, and I hope this settles in. Ladies, please dive into those muscles, training them. BigRon Jones and Shelia with practical advice for your real world goals.
Thanks, Ron.
For sure.